Okay, we back. See, but we back in a different type of way. See, I done stopped cussing. And it's a reason. I already told you what the reason was. But let me bring you all the way up to speed so you can say you actually heard me say it. 2017, I stopped hustling because I gave my mama my word I would. That was her dying wish, for me to stop playing in the streets, selling drugs, taking penitentiary chances, and doing all the nonsense that I'm really known for in my city. I don't really go out of my way to be bragging and all about my street credentials and the credit and the work I put in and all of that, because to me it's meaningless. Don't really mean nothing. What I can say is I'm 45. I grew up in St. Louis, Missouri, and if you know anything about the murder rate, man, we stay in the top 10 and been in the top 10 for the majority of my life, and I survived it. Most of my friends are either dead or in jail. That should tell you where I'm coming from with this. But at this point in my life, man, it's 2018, and I'm still getting in and out of town. I'm just not going in and out of town for the reason that I used to. See, I used to go out of town and go get that bag and bring it back because it's way cheaper if you go get it from the source. See, if you try to buy something from a retail store, you gonna pay the retail price. See, but if you go to the distributor of said item, it's way cheaper. And that's what hustling is about. Buying it cheap, selling it high, and keeping all of the profit to yourself. So at this point, I don't hustle, but the majority of the people that know me in real life mad at me because I stopped hustling. And not only did I stop hustling, but I wouldn't get a plug up. Under no circumstances am I finna be telling somebody where I be getting this stuff from and try to put them in contact with these people so they can try to keep the movement going the way that the movement is supposed to be going. I don't be on that type of time, and I never will, right? I am so good at keeping a secret and keeping stuff that is important to me, to myself, that I don't be on none of that type of time. But everybody want me to start back hustling. And I'm trying to get all the way out the game. I'm trying to get as far away from the street life and everything that's going on the avenues as I possibly can. You want some coffee? But you know, people, they want what they want when they want it. And I don't really pay that no mind, nor do I pay it any good attention. And between me and you, I do not care. I'm not going out my way to break my word because I gave my mama my word. That might not mean nothing to somebody on the outside looking in, but between me and Edna Jean, man, that meant everything in the world. And you would just have to know our little relationship to even understand that. But I'm trying to get out the game, and you already know how people trying to play it. They trying to get me back in. Though I don't brag about, you know what I'm saying, my street cred and my credentials and all of that. But what I can say is I grew up on the north side of St. Louis, the 50 block. I'm 45 years old. The majority of my friends are dead or in jail and ain't never coming home. And the murder rate in this city been in the top 10, 15 since I jumped off the porch and started playing in the streets in the 80s. That's it. I ain't gonna put too much more on that. For me, I am literally known right now as dude with the dog, and I'm cool with that. Back then, I was known for something completely different, but we gonna leave that back there where it's at, and we ain't gonna bring it out. What I am gonna do is let you know that though I was not hustling and not doing what I used to do, right, that didn't mean that they didn't want me to. So instead of trying to tell people that I wasn't on that no more, though I told them, I got out of town, man, recorded me some music and shot me a couple videos. This one of them. You want to see it? Here it goes.
My back, they call me her again. Straight up, they call me her again. I call it independent.
Just want me to be with the low life for the rest of my life. I done did enough time, man. Y'all can have it. I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back in the streets. They want me back on the block. They want me back with the heat. They want me running the bag, high speed with a gun in my lap. Extended the clip, keep drums in the whip. You know how I move when I roll in the sack. I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back on the streets. They want me back on the block. They want me back with the heat. They want want me running the bag, high speed with a gun in my lap. Extended the clip, keep drums in the whip. You know how I move when I'm running the sack. If you know me for real, I'm plugged with the plugs, I done did it for real. You pick the drug, I can cut you a deal, and I'm pulling up on you wherever you is. Ask about me, they gon' tell you the truth. Did it outside, brought it into the booth. Fronted the dudes that'll sell it to you. I go and get it, you know what I do. I get it cheaper, so I sell it cheaper. I take your customers, turn them to geekers. I had the bag that was loud as a speaker. I had the dope that was fire as either. I had the pills that was popping them out. Stop at your crib and I'm popping your house. I really do what they talking about. I have a problem, they chalking it out.
Hold on. Let me just cut in right fast. I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back in the streets. They want me back on the block. They want me back with the heat. They want me running the bag, high speed with a drum on my lap. Extended the clip, put drums in the whip. You know how I move when I'm running the sack. I meant that, right? I meant that. Anybody that know me in real life will vouch for it, but I ain't gonna really get into that. I was getting out the game, and I wasn't finna let nobody bring me back into the nonsense. Back to the video.
I've been to prison a couple of times. They left me for dead, ain't no sense of me lying. They let me out, I got back on my grind. If we ain't talking money, you wasting my time. Family, your friend, they all did me the same. I can't be mad cause it come with the game. I hit the bricks and got back to the change. I don't see nothing, I stay in my lane. I don't be paying attention, they calling me arrogant, I call it independent. They only call when it benefit them. Stay out the street so it been a minute. Don't wanna talk, I ain't in it with them. I love my mama, I'm sentimental. Don't even wanna get in the middle. So no sir, I don't wanna kick it with them. I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back in the streets. They want me back on the block. They want me back with the heat. They want me running the bag, high speed with a gun in my lap. Extended the clip, keep drums in the whip. You know how I move when I'm running the sack. I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back in the streets. They want me back on the block. They want me back with the heat. They want me running the bag, high speed with a gun in my lap. Extended the clip, keep drums in the whip. You know how I move when I'm running the sack. I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back in the streets. I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back in the streets. I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back in the streets. I'm trying to get out the game. Hey now. Know how I move. Hey now. Man, it's fresh out on your teeth. Hey now.
Now that that's over with, between me and you, I shot that video in Atlanta. It don't look like it, but I did. Because I used to go back and forth to the 8-book studio session, shoot videos, and be on that type of time when I wasn't on the other type of time. But when I wasn't in the streets no more, I had all the time in the world to be on that type of time, and I was pressing my agenda. No cussing, no vulgarity, no nonsense, just me trying to push my agenda to be better than I was because, like I said, I gave Edna Jean my word that I would stay out of trouble and stay out of the streets and stop doing everything that I was normally doing with my real, regular, everyday life. And I was standing on it because I got to stand on it. Edna Jean meant that much to me. Right, that I was standing on it. Nothing nobody was talking about, man, was gonna bring me back to where I was used to being, because she told me once I got outside of the box that I was used to being in, I would see how big the world is. And I swear for the Lord, that lady ain't never lied to me. She told me a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm gonna tell y'all later on. I ain't gonna put it out there right now. But she gave me a whole bunch of other little gems that have all came to be exactly how she said they would. If you read my book December, you'll find a couple of them, right? If you read loud, you ain't gonna find that I was just hustling and doing what I was doing, right? If you read some of my poetry and spoken word, you will see, you know. But that's neither here nor there. All I really want to say is, at this point in my life, I ain't hustling. I'm staying out the streets. I'm doing everything in my power to stay out of trouble, and it was starting to pick up. Though my music career still wasn't going nowhere. Told y'all that this is a look back at my music career or lack thereof. But if you've been paying attention, you can't say that I didn't put my best foot forward for a music career. There are famous artists that don't have as many videos as I have, but I ain't gonna put that out there like that. You know, I don't want nobody to get in their feelings. You know how color people be when they feel like they better than you. They gonna turn everything into a competition, and I'm not trying to compete. because I am in competition with myself, and it is definitely getting harder and harder to outdo me. But like I said, I'm trying to get out the game. They want me back in the streets, because that's what was going on in my life at that time. And between me and you, I ain't even finna hold you. I was still on parole. Bring in the logo.